But it's a good time to remind you, and I think you ought to know, we've got to keep the battle going. We've got a long, long way to go. Yeah, yeah. Don't you cry, brother, don't cry. Don't you cry, brother, don't cry. 'Cause there's a battle to be won, and we've only begun. So don't you cry, brother, don't cry. No, 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 no. 400 years of fighting is a long, long time, I know. But could you picture yourself fighting for 400 more? I said no war is a good one. Words of wisdom, I'll agree. But if fighting is the only way for us people to be free, no, 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 don't you cry, brother, don't cry. Don't you cry, brother, don't cry. 'Cause there's a battle to be won, and we've only begun. So don't you cry, brother, don't cry. Don't you cry, brother, don't cry. Don't you cry, brother, don't cry. 'Cause there's a battle to be won, and we've only begun. No, 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 don't you cry, brother, don't cry. Nurture your wound and keep on fighting. I said keep on fighting. Sister, don't cry. Move on, move on. The past is just a stepping stone. Don't you cry. I say, don't you cry. Don't you cry, brother, don't you cry. Don't you cry, brother, don't cry. Don't you know? Don't you treat me like no puppet on a string, making me feel you can make me do anything. No, 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 no. Don't free my hands and leave my mind in chains. Don't say I'm free and you still washing my brain to do the things that you want me to. I've got a mind of my own. I'm gonna do what I want to do, 'cause I'm a warrior and I'm a fighter for what I stand for, and that's my total freedom. Said I'm a warrior, I am a fighter.
Good night to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. Those of you listening regionally, locally, internationally, wherever you are, we say a special, glorious Grenadian good night to you. My name is Sheldon Scott. I'll be with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. Let me say a special good night before anything else to the listeners out there in Virginia. Right? Oh, you see, I come early. To all the listeners out there in Virginia, we say a special good night to each and every one of you. Huh?
You give me what
North Carolina, South Carolina, California, we know you're in the house. My good friends out there in Arizona, good night.
is high to take away my pain.
Just letting the numbers build up, yeah. I haven't sent out my normal message. I think it's time for me to send out my message, yeah.
And is still doing to me, makes me a warrior, and I'm a fighter for what I stand for, and that's my freedom. I'm a warrior, I am a freedom fighter. I'm gonna fight on for my freedom. Oh yeah, all right. Oh yeah, all right. Those lands you own and live in luxury, and pretend you don't know they belong to me. By fraudulent means, you took them away, but you better get ready for the price you got to pay. 'Cause I'm a warrior, and I'm a fighter for what I stand for, and that's my freedom. Said I'm a warrior, I am a freedom.
Let me say a special good night to those of you listening via 91.9, 91.5 Real FM. Our good friends out there in Carriacou, I see you. Joyce, good night to you.
All right,
Know you're listening up in the Northwest.
you like it? Come and sing along, yeah. Oh yeah,
Amando, good night.
all right.
Good night to you, Shemi.
Wait a minute. I said, wait a minute. Is everybody all right? How can everybody be all right? Think about the people.
We say a good night to you, McLean. Antonito, Tati, good night to you. Hey, Dr. Panchu, come on, you give me a little call and thing. Yeah, they give me a little call in. Nice. Yes, Marilyn, good night to you. Laslin, Landon, Marishan, and Dena. What is seen, girl? Denai. Right, Devon. All right, Norma, Lynn, Courtney, Shemaine, Leslie, Agatha, Kishon, Shawnell, all right, yeah. Walland, Yvonne, Courtney, good night to you. Cynthia, Kathy, Albert, as usual, I know you're in. I can tell at the big screen on tonight, girl. Lynn, Teresa, yeah, let me see, Red Girl, you're in. Cicely, let me see, Vanessa. I'm seeing Jillian. I'm seeing Olive. So and Linda Imelda Francois. One of these days earlier to meet this Linda Imelda Francois. All our nice, all her name nice. Mavis, Cindy. Yes, I'm seeing you, Martin, Maudlin, Edlin, Claude, Leonard. Let me see, Yolanda, Shauna. Good night to you, Norman. And let me see over on the YouTube. Let me see who is there. Bernadette, Oswald, Chanel, Janice, Ibrahim, Hermina, Giovanni, let me see, Chanel, Angie, Samuel, Hazel, Chief Kamahan, I see that you're there. Public, Notice, good night to you. Mayana, Phyllis, Lona, let me see, Sharon, Siobhan, Eliza, Anastasia, Brother Watts, good night to you. Alcy, Deborah, Cynthia, Clive, Faithlin, Brother Watts, good night to the wife as well. Eh? Yeah, next thing she said, only calling Watts and I ain't calling wife. I have to call both of you all. Shermoy, what's up, girl? Let me see. Dave, Gertrude, Abraham, good night to you. Michelle, Kathleen, Anna Barbara, Listra, Shrajan. And let me see, Marilyn, Matthew Boyne, my brother. Beavis, Jackie, Deborah, Anastasia, Sky, Wilfred, good night to each and every one of you. Hope that you all are having a fabulous night. Let me see the numbers nearly where it's supposed to be. Yeah. We ain't sticking too much. Yeah? Nice. Yeah, we have things to talk about and places to, you understand?
So for the Mass Grad 2023, make sure you all come out and support me. No politics, just Kaiso. Let's go. There is no place in the world like Grenada. Its people are so unique, so fabulous. They take politics real serious. You can't tell a man nothing wrong about his party. He'll deal with you so seriously.
Let me say a special good night to the men and women of the Royal Grenada Police Force. Yeah, we had a talk in a little while. Nice? Yes. Saying a special good night to the men and women of the Royal Grenada Police Force.
Don't waste your time when I hold you, God like me. High in the sky, promises and mama guy. Voters say they're expected.
And before I go any further here, just to let you all know that there is a dengue outbreak presently on the island. There is a dengue outbreak. So I'm hoping that the government is doing their fogging. I think I saw something over the weekend with fogging taking place somewhere or the other. I'm hoping that I saw properly. So I'm hoping that some fogging is taking place. But on an individual level as well, let us all do what we can to ensure that we safeguard ourselves and our communities and so on, right? Nice. So the little things on them that is gather the local water and so around the home, yeah, we have to go and make sure that we empty them out. It could be, in some instances, the flower pots, and so, you know, the base of it, the water settles there. Right, so the mosquitoes would settle there as well. And that, you know, you find you have a lot of mosquitoes around and you're wondering where they're coming from. Could be the water around the flower pots. Or if there are other containers that are holding water around the household, you need to go and make sure that they are clean and that sort of thing. Right, you need to go and make sure that those things and them around the house that may be holding water, that you empty them out. Yeah, the flower vase and all these things, you need to empty them out and change the water in them. All right, because you could be harboring the mosquitoes and so around your home. All right, so look around. Yeah, even under the kitchen sink, if it have a drip somewhere there, and you know you have some people that have a little thing they collect, throw that out to go and check. Look around, because especially that in a dark area, yeah, the water settle there, and so make sure and make a search around your building. Make a search around your apartment. Make a search around your workplace. And get rid of all the areas where the mosquitoes can settle. Remember, mosquitoes can reproduce in a crown cork. Yeah, the crown cork, they could reproduce in that. So you have to make sure that you keep your surroundings clean. I know in some instances, as many people have been saying before, the problem is not them keeping their surroundings clean as much as it's they are next door to somebody who ain't doing the same thing. Talk to your neighbor. Maybe they might need some help to clean up the place. Talk to them. All right? Nice. Yeah. And then make sure you contact the Ministry of Health too so they can do some fogging in your area. All right? Well, I ain't seen anything coming out saying where fogging taking place and all this thing. You know, I ain't seen no schedule come out. Usually you used to see a schedule come out and say, well, they're fogging in this area today and they're fogging in that area tomorrow and thing. I ain't seen anything like that coming out these days. I ain't getting no schedule that's saying, well, they're doing some fogging in this area from 6 p.m. or from whatever p.m. tomorrow or today and thing. Come on, man. If you're dealing with a dengue outbreak, you have to deal with this thing on a serious level. And therefore, you should be informing people where, well, that is if you all fogging, that fogging is taking place, where the fogging is taking place and so, and what people should do during the fogging. All right? So there is a significant increase in dengue cases in Grenada as it is, and some of the symptoms, let me just pull up some of the symptoms here that they are speaking about in relation to dengue, hemorrhagic fever. And remember, dengue can kill. Yeah, it's that bad. It can kill. So you have to be very, very careful. If you know you've been suffering from some of these, you may need to check with your the nearest health professionals and so. But we had to talk about the hospital too. Yeah, we had to talk about the hospital too. I'm hoping that there's somebody that was supposed to give me a little call tonight. They know themselves. I wonder if they're listening. I was trying to call them a little earlier and I wasn't getting through. So I'm hoping that they're listening. Yeah, because I want to have a talk a little bit about what's going on in relation to certain aspects of healthcare tonight and that kind of thing. All right? Yeah, I might want to have a little discussion in relation to that. So, folks, if you've been having eye pain, these are some of the symptoms that you get if you've got dengue. For instance, you have a very high fever, and together with that fever, you're having eye pain, your eyes paining if you lean forward, and so muscle pain, all your joints and your muscles paining. So muscle pain, joint pain. Muscle pain is one thing, your muscles paining. Joint pain is another one, right? Bone pain, don't your bones and all paining, right? Serious headaches, nausea, you're feeling sick and you're vomiting or you have a rash. I'm hearing many people saying that they're getting a very bad cold. They're saying it's a bad cold going around. I don't know if it's the same thing as the dengue, but they're saying that they're not able to eat for days on end. They're feeling upset. They haven't been able to eat for 2 and 3 days and more because of what is going around. So, folks, we need to ensure that we are our brother's keeper, but we also need to ensure we're our own keeper too. So, yeah, clean up around your little area. Nice? Whether it's your workplace, whether it is where you live, or so, yeah, even where it is lying. Fellas in the community, you know you go and you play football, basketball, different areas, and then clean up the area too. All right? Because in your downtime, when you finish play your sport and thing and you settle it, yeah, the mosquitoes could bite you right there. So make sure you clean the areas too. So your recreational areas, your work areas, everything. Make sure that we clean. If we keep the areas clean, we lessen the mosquito population, we lessen the chances of us being able to get dengue, hemorrhagic fever. All right? Nice. So it's important that we all know and we all do that. Nice.
Mine wants his NDC killing she say we had enough on the Claudius, so nothing wrong.
Let me say a special good night to our regional listeners, my good friends out there in St. Lucia who I know tune in religiously every night to Talking Points. We say a special good night to each and every one of you. Yeah, the Groselia squad, yeah. Those of you down in Dennery. Aileron is where's it again, boys? Not Aileron, lad. Look, I'm mixing up the place down there to go kill me when I pass there next time.
Against the wall, but you still can't tell them they're wrong at all. $2,000.
Those of you out there in Laborie, in St. Lucia, not Laborie here. Well, those of you in Laborie here, good night too. Yeah, are you all having serious water problem down there, boy? What? You all ain't get water for 3 or 4 days or some kind of thing like that?
You promised to leave.
I hope you all got some by this afternoon. I don't know what the situation is. Most likely, I'll be listening in the morning here what Nawasa is saying in relation to that.
Listen to me, please don't send one more family into poverty.
And I also hope that all of you mothers out there enjoyed your Mother's Day yesterday. Yes, I hope that you all enjoyed your Mother's Day. You had a wonderful day yesterday.
A man told me, as a strong foot soldier since June 23rd, he ain't make $1. When he checked them, hear what they gonna say. He was wearing a green jersey one Sunday.
And you know, yeah, once again, yeah, I think right now he's trying to set a record for the most traveled prime minister in Grenadian history. The prime minister is out again. Yeah, right now the prime minister has gone to a CBI forum again. I don't know if he go on CBI forum as prime minister. I don't know if he go as the minister responsible in some form or format for CBI. I don't know if he gone as a CBI agent. I don't know if he just gone as a casual observer. I don't know what capacity he gone into the CBI thing, but he gone. You understand? Yeah. Whoa, and a power outage in Carriacou again. We come into that too. Yeah. So, yes, there was a power outage tonight in Carriacou once again. Yeah. So, yeah, the Prime Minister has gone right now. He's gone to London, the United Kingdom, and he's gone to the Investment Migration Forum, one of the most significant residence and citizenship by investment CBI events in the world. And the forum, which runs from, well, today up until Thursday, I believe it is, yes. So it's running for a few days between today and Thursday. And, yeah, you see, it's self-explanatory there. So the Prime Minister, they say he's traveled with Mr. Thomas Anthony. He's the Chief Executive Officer of the Grenada Citizenship by Investment Unit. Miss Carleen Purcell, she's the Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the same unit. And Mr. Ronald Theodore, he's a member of the CBI committee. So the Prime Minister and the three of them. Well, we just hear the Prime Minister and three of them, and then we just find out otherwise. You just hear, next thing you just hear photographer go on, and you just hear secretary go on, and press secretary go on. No, the secretary is not the press secretary. The secretary as in executive secretary, and then press secretary as well. So we hearing all of that. Just know the man might need to get your own Air Force nutmeg or some kind of thing. We can't call it Air Force One. Air Force nutmeg or some kind of thing. The way the Prime Minister traveling, every minute you're looking for Mr. Prime Minister out of the country. Yes, I don't know what's taking place there.
Mr. Epstein, tell them already. In the land there's one mathematician. I told my partner to bring back the money. Make the treasury look pretty with one salary. They don't bother with the lady up in High Street. So she come on Facebook and she excrete.
Yeah, at least they gazetted it. Yeah, strange. I saw they gazetted. Yeah, as I'm talking to you, I'm showing you what I'm talking about. So I showed you the release from the government of Grenada. The Prime Minister has traveled. He carried the CEO of the CBI unit, a member of the CBI unit, and the deputy CEO of the CBI unit. I find it sort of strange, though, that they didn't mention the envoy. Yes, I wonder if the envoy either traveled directly from Grenada or from another location to that investment meeting out there in the UK. I'm wondering, and I have my reasons why I'm wondering that. I have my own reasons why I'm wondering that. So I was just showing you the gazette here, number 666 for whatever reason. Yeah, number 666. Right, yeah, and it has the time that the Prime Minister has traveled there and so on, that Mr. Philip Telesford is going to be acting in his stead. And so, as I say, we like to show you, when we're talking, we like to show you what we're talking about. Nice. So, as it is, what I've realized is that I decided that I would do a check to see what this investment forum was and who were some of the people that are behind this investment forum. And remember, I told you that you saw the release here that the Prime Minister has gone to this investment forum. It's called let me just get the name there again. Let me pull it up so I can get the name. You have to be clicking in between all kind of thing at the same time tonight. Yeah, the Investment Migration Forum. So I decided to do some checking to see what the forum was really about. Yeah, I wanted to know what this investment thing was about. And strange enough, I realized that one particular name popped up again. Yeah, one particular name. Well, you remember that name? That name looked familiar to all you? Yeah. Henley and Partners is deeply involved in the Investment Migration Council. Yeah. And these are the people that have staged the investment forum. In fact, Henley and Partners is one of the partners involved in the forum. Yeah, they are one of the partners that are involved in the forum. Let me just show you the forum partners, some of them. Yeah, you've seen Grenada there as a partner too. We've seen Range again. Yeah, Range company that's here. Yeah, well, Range is a CBI company here. They're looking to get people to invest in the project that they're doing, and so they're doing what they have to do. So Range, the Grenada Citizenship by Investment, and several other people there. Just showing you some of the people involved, but the individual by the name of Chris Kalin. Yeah, so apparently our Prime Minister is going to be in the same place with Mr. Chris Kalin. I wonder if they're going to be meeting and so on, considering that the treasurer of the NDC and our investment envoy, who by all intents and purposes, I want to believe might be in London. I'm wondering, I would find it very strange that a forum that Henley and Partners, yeah, they up inside that. I ain't lying to tell you, yeah, right? No, the inside that. So Henley and Partners, Mr. Chris Kalin, remember during the election he was hearing about Mr. Chris Kalin and Henley Partners and so on? Right. So the forum that the Prime Minister has gone to, one of the key people, the chairman of the, well, I wonder if he's the chairman of the council, but he's one of the key members of the council that is holding that investment forum out there in England, Henley and Partners. That name keep popping up, isn't it? Yeah. I even see Miss Andrea St. Bernard was posting about them, you know. Yeah, up to the other day. I mean, remember, she's an investment envoy on behalf of the state of Grenada. Yet still, you see her posting things for Henley and Partners. I know she has her own CBI company, ASB. So I know she has her own investment company, but I realize that she's posting stuff on behalf of, she's posting stuff from Henley and Partners too, which I think if you're an investment envoy on behalf of the state of Grenada and you're posting things on behalf of Henley and Partners, I'm wondering, really and truly, which master are you serving? Are you serving the government of Grenada, or are you still serving as you served before Henley and Partners? I have to ask myself that question. Yeah, because I realize that they're still posting things on behalf of them, or for them, or from them, one or the other. I wonder if it's on behalf of them, or from them, or for them. But the bottom line is, they did post something that Henley and Partners posted. All right? Nice. So we're seeing that. Nice. I also took a look at the program. So I took a look at the program itself for that function, because I wanted to see. I see there that today the Prime Minister, I believe it's today, the Prime Minister had to make a presentation. All right. So he's the Prime Minister of Grenada, but I'm still wondering, even though he's making that and they quote him as the Prime Minister of Grenada, the question has not been answered up to this point in time. If indeed he is a CBI agent at that forum. Yeah, because remember, our Prime Minister is still registered as a CBI agent. Here it is that he's gone to a CBI forum. Yeah, he is the individual that signs off on the citizenship of the people who apply for CBI in Grenada, citizenship by investment. His signature, the signature of Deacon Mitchell, goes onto their citizenship documents, right? But not only that, the committee that those applications go to has been selected by him. Yes, and his cabinet. That includes another CBI agent. So I'm wondering, just for transparency's sake, if it is at all possible that applications that are coming from those two companies are ever rejected. Yeah? I would really like to know. So our Prime Minister is out there. He is a CBI agent. He still is. For him to be removed, it has to be gazetted. It has not been gazetted that Mitchell and Partners has been removed as a CBI agent. The email address attached to it is the email address that the Prime Minister uses for his business, Mitchell and Company. Right? So we know that that's a fact. So the Prime Minister is now out. We are wondering if when he returns we'll be hearing anything, any benefits coming to Grenada, yeah, from this visit, this trip that he has made, that he's out of the country for X amount of days and so. We are wondering if indeed we'll be hearing of any benefits that are coming to the people of Grenada from that trip. Yeah? Because remember, it's two of them. Remember, it's two. This is the company. If you go to this website, this is the company of Mr. Cornwall. This is the one that Mr. Cornwall is involved with. They have different branches. And the branch here, the name that's attached to it is still our present Minister of Finance. Right? So I don't think that his company go be bringing any... I ain't think his company go be bringing anything and it might be turned down. I mean, I'm wondering, yeah? Yeah, that's the company that Mr. Cornwall, Dennis Cornwall, that he's involved in. Yes, that company that he's the agent here for CBI for them on the Grenada branch there. You see the Grenada one is the first one in the lineup there? Right. That is Mr. Dennis Cornwall in operation there. So we have not seen him removed via the Gazette either. If a company is added, it must be gazetted. If a company is removed, that also has to be gazetted. And I've not seen it gazetted that these companies have been removed. So I'm left to believe that we still have 2 government ministers, including the chief minister himself, the prime minister, and an envoy on behalf of the state of Grenada in the field of investment, I still am left to believe that 3 of them, pretty well, their companies may be involved in the CBI program here in Grenada, and they may still be making money off of the CBI program, while they are the people, with the exception of the envoy, selecting the committee, appointing the committee, right? And in one instance, the end person to sign off, to give the final signature to the CBI program. So I'm kind of the CBI applicants. Yeah, so I kind of wondering what's going on with this kind of thing. All you find them kind of thing, yeah, you understand? Yeah. Folks, we open the phone lines. It's 8:30. We open the phone lines early tonight. 440-7377. 440-7377. Well, Papa, yo. I hear all kind of phone call pass over the last couple of days. All 11, 12 in the night. Police officers sleeping and getting phone. I ain't talking about them on walking. I talk about them home and thing. Getting phone call about put on your dandan and come to take a stripe in the morning. What kind of madness is that? Only what kind of madness is that? I continue to say, and you continue to hear it from us, that there is a certain level of chaos taking place within the ranks of the Royal Grenada Police Force. You have situations where there are individuals right now. Some of them get real high rank. Yeah, so I ain't talking about people who get corporal and sergeant and thing there. I'm talking about some people who get superintendent. Yeah? And these individuals didn't write no exam, And the Royal Grenada Police Force can't take me to court for that because I'm talking the truth. And all you know I'm talking the truth, officers. And all you know I'm talking the truth, say hip hip. All you know I'm talking the truth. So it have people at all different levels. Not just at the upper rank up there who get superintendent and this and that, People who did not write the exam as they ought to do. They didn't write the exam, but they get ranked today. Yeah? Is that fair to the others who wrote the exam and in some instances come very high up in the exam and did not receive a rank today? You know how disheartening, and I wonder why they does use the symbol of the heart, but you know how disheartening that is to an individual who has given their all, who has given their life to the security and safety of all of us as Grenadians. They have done all that they can do, that they should do for us, the Grenadian people, to keep us safe. And their thanks is that after they have an exemplary record, there's nothing they could point to on the record and say, well, officer so-and-so did this, and they have multiple infractions against them and so on, and therefore we can't promote this person. No. These individuals, in many instances, they have nothing on their record of a negative nature. Yeah, people that was under investigation that get real high rank, Yeah, they get real high rank. Meanwhile, others, no infractions against them, exemplary record. In fact, they get good conduct, all kind of thing. Write the exam, pass the exam with very high marks, and were not given a rank today simply because of politics. Because there's no other reason, no. You cannot fault them on their behavior. You cannot fault them on their performance of their duties. You cannot fault them on the exam. You cannot fault them and say, well, they didn't spend X amount of years and this person has spent more years. And they can't use that because many of these people spend over a decade in the service, right? And they just refuse to give them a rank simply because they perceive them as supporters of the new National Party. That don't mean that they are supporters, So forget it about getting a rank. Not a man getting a rank if he was part of special branch or he was involved in being one of the security for Dr. Mitchell or so. Forget that. No ranking passing them direction there. No ranking passing them direction there. So a lot of politics play in this thing. So some people get called, was getting called Thursday and think there were some officers and them, they break down. When they realize that they ain't get called, they break down. because they were so sure that they have done everything that they need to do to get a rank, and all of a sudden people want to play politics with it. So it's all kind of nonsense who go in village and asking people question about officer so and officer this and officer that and all kind of thing. Trying in a smart way to find out. Yeah, they go and buy a drink in the village where the person from or where they living and thing. And in a smart way asking questions in the bar about the officer and so. Trying to find out now if they're supporting the NNP or if they're supporting NDC. That is the qualification to get a rank. Who political party support is a qualification to get a rank? That is how men getting promoted now? Based on who you support politically? Well, as somebody just messaged me, that is why it's at the courthouse. That is why it's at the courthouse. And meanwhile, while they're promoting some, they're demoting others. And while they're not even moving some, as they ain't going up, they ain't going down. When they deserve to be going up, they're demoting others. So you have many officers who have been punished. Punished. I'm talking about people in senior ranks here who have been punished, demoted. And demoted simply because they are perceived to be supporters of the new National Party. That's why I keep saying, and I don't care who vex, the Public Service Commission is being used as a sword of Damocles over the heads of workers in this country right now. It is not being used as a body. It's not being used as a body right now to make sure that workers are doing what they're supposed to do and to treat them with them fairly. It's being used as a political tool of the National Democratic Congress led by Deacon Mitchell. That is a fact. No if, what, or but about it. The Public Service Commission is being used. All you know what the sword of Damocles is? Yeah, just hanging it over, ready to chop you. Yeah, every time, yeah. So that is what is taking place right now as far as I am concerned within the ranks of the Royal Grenada Police Force. I think we have a caller. Let's see if we can get this call. Let's hope the WhatsApp line is behaving itself tonight. And you see, you don't start already. They answer that call already, Let's see. Hello, good night.
Good night, Sheldon. Good night.
How are you, my dear?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay. Sheldon, this thing, what happening there? Isn't that the same things NDC campaign against that NMP doing things by favorism and they give only people who support them jobs and ranks and everything? Now that the commission talk about the last time?
Yes, it is.
Campaigning?
Yes, it is.
I know they're doing this very same thing.
No.
Even to
they're
get
doing
that
worse.
job right now. Yes, worse. That's the key word, worse. Even to get a job right now, you have to have links, you have to be a supporter of the party to get a job too. The guy didn't know that if it's NDC, I know you're NFP, you know what? No work for you. You don't supposed to eat until the party come back in power because they say that is their time now, That is their time now.
Their time to destroy the country. Their time to destroy the economy.
Yeah,
How many jobs has the NDC created since they come in? I see they're talking in the CBI thing there. The CBI create over 2,000 jobs. They must remember to tell people those jobs were created by and under the new National Party. How much they create?
They don't create anything. They're just taking away things. They're just taking away people from their jobs. But I hope they know the people that sending home have children and they have them reserve family members and they have people that think. So let them do their thing. Advantage and the great and people just make it see how can I trouble because it's an NMP. Well, I ain't changing to sue them. I put my life in God's hands. I ain't changing to sue them at all. They could do what they want. Even with the material now, the son went to them, they give me son water. Oh, I don't want my party. I don't even for my party, I'll come my material now. And I give me son I can award too. Yes.
Why they don't tell him don't pay tax?
You understand? After they come in your house until they come and apply for material, and when you go, they get you a award. Yeah. That's what happening right now. All we have to do is pray. I hope the Mitchell know. When we come back in power, we are ranking all of them. I would rank we are ranking them. I will give him good deserve it. Who work for it?
Well, I wouldn't say
Don't worry.
I wouldn't say unrank them. What I would say is treat with all police officers, regardless of what their perceived political persuasion is. I would say give them the proper rank. No matter what
Yeah, but
the bottom line is what you want is the best people for the job. You
yes,
don't
so what I'm
want the
saying.
best
I don't think
NDC or the best NNP. You want the best person for the
Yeah,
job,
but-
and you can't be treating people like that.
so now what I'm saying, I don't take you wrong now at the Indies of it. When we come for, we taking it back. Got the Indies of it, then they walk fight and everybody else walk for the rank. We taking it back. I also don't do exam and they get rank. We taking it back from them and give those who walk for the rank. What is that NDC or NMP? Once you walk for it, you get your thing. Those who don't walk fighting getting it. We taking it back. Now what we gonna do? And I want to tell Delma Thomas she should be shamed for saying what she's saying about Kit Mitchell. She joined with them, Gloria, and said she was representing the people who had voted for her. What about the houses in Carriacou? Wasn't she the minister of housing?
And they
Wasn't she that
take
side
it
about
back,
the house of the people?
and they take
Eh?
it back from them people.
Take it back from them, but she didn't say a word about it. Eh? She's a crooked woman. I got to get rid of her.
Well,
Put her rid of the bad rubbish. Just say what she did. Yeah, just say what she did. The Sham Gloria battle for the seat up there now. It's monkey against human right now. Monkey and human fighting fast. Just monkey and human. Let's see who go win. I don't monkeys very strong when they get angry.
Hey, girl. Right.
Anyway, good night. Good night, Gerald.
You done? You sure?
Right.
You sure?
Yo, even I'll call you back. Alright.
Me? All I want to go and put in cat no belly cross. Me? Oh, goodness. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. Let me just remember this. Remember this.
Cannot continue a situation where female police officers are almost not represented within the hierarchy of the police force. We cannot have a situation where police officers are being promoted based on party affiliation, open, blatant party affiliation, and not based on merit. And as someone said earlier, what goes around comes around. It will destroy the police force. If it hasn't already, it will destroy the police force. And when it destroys the police force, it is we, the citizens, that will pay the price for it. We all have children, including the police officers. And if you take action that undermines the integrity and the respect of the police service, and citizens lose respect for the police service because they believe, and because police officers then believe that the persons who are running the police force are persons who are only there because of the political affiliation, they will not have respect for the hierarchy either. And your ability to command and to command the respect of your junior officers will fall away. And it's just a matter of time before all of us suffer and pay the consequences for it. So I too will use the opportunity again to ask our police officers to do the right thing. To do the right thing and exercise their franchise in a manner that will lift their own institution up and give the institution an opportunity again to become one that is professional, one that is respected, and where the police officers themselves are true.
Yes, indeed. And oh boy, I missed the call. Yes, caller, call me back. 440-7377. So I just can't cut the clips when I play them. I just can't cut it and take the call. So you'll call back. 440-7377. And for those of you out there in the diaspora, 347-329-3101. Yeah. Yeah, so they was telling you about, if you politicize the police force and thing. Listen, you could sit down for days and listen to things that the present prime minister say when he was in opposition, and it's totally different. No, I'm telling you, you could stay and listen for days to things that he said. We have a call online. Good night.
Hello, good night.
Auntie Myrna.
How are thou?
I'm quite fine. How are you doing tonight?
Well, there you know. I listening for you to give me the call. I can get a call at all?
You can't. Oh gosh, don't say that. It's been a rough couple weeks, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But Auntie Myrna, I thought I gave you my cell too.
Eh?
I thought I gave you my cell number, you know.
No. I haven't got
Then-
a cell phone. Long.
Okay. Well, listen, I promise you, as soon as I'm done tonight, I'll call you as soon as I'm finished the program. Hello? Oh, it seems as though she mistakenly cut off. Auntie Mona, give me a call back, but I'll call you as soon as the program is over. I'll give you a call as well. All right? 440-7377. That's 440-73. I did find out a bit of info for you. 440-7377. That's the number you can call to get on the inside. 347. What am I saying? On Auntie Mona, I don't know what happened there. All I hear is click, click, and I realize that you're gone.
Yes,
Yeah.
I saying hello
Okay.
and nothing.
But what I'm saying here is I can call you as soon as I'm done tonight. I'm going to call you as soon as I'm, not in the morning also, I'll call you as soon as I'm done tonight. Yeah? So while I'm
Yes.
heading out, I'll give you a call.
Yvonne Courtney up in the States up there. Good night.
That we girl.
I know you listening. That my girl too, not yours one.
She and Meryl hanging out.
She and Mary?
I'm sure she and Meryl may be hanging out or talking to each other on the phone while...
Right. And we have one of the best prime minister, the travel king.
Well, listen, I think just now you go ask for the plane you was talking about. Just now we might have to give me your own plane.
Well, yes, as though you know. Well, we should have it already, you know, because he said we buying two.
But let me tell you this, huh? In the cabinet of Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, it was understood from day one, not from day 20 and day 50 and day 1000. It was understood from day one. The only way you're traveling is one, if there is a benefit to the state of Grenada. In other words, you're traveling and there's an opportunity that you'll be creating an opportunity for some source of funding, like a grant or a loan at special interest rates or so for the island of Grenada. We could access that. Or you could get some technical competence as the individual that will assist you in the role that you're playing. Yeah? Or that you have some other sort of technical competency that can lend to that particular discussion that Grenada would benefit from. That is the only way that you wasn't just going to say Grenada go. You wasn't just going to a function and then come back with your two hands swinging.
And
you wasn't
you
allowed.
don't even saying when he go in, when he come.
No, but here
When
this.
you come in with nothing, he go up in Dubai, he come down with a bag of sand.
Oh God, Auntie Mona, your mouth ain't good.
And he sent Andy and who in Trinidad, not in Trinidad, in Barbados, and they lose the money, and he go up in England again and talking about he going to make Grenada Republic. Eh?
My
What
goodness.
kind of thing is that?
And the thing
Tell
is this.
him, and I want him to know, all prayer have amen. All road have an end. He said, now is the time. Enjoy it. Fly your kite. But when the breeze take you, it does cut. The kite going to cut and fall. God is good. Just
All
put
the
your
time.
trust in God. And I know for me, nothing can change me.
I didn't touch anything. My hands up on top. I did not touch it. Auntie Mona, that phone shorting out. That phone you have shorting out. Something wrong with the phone itself. That phone itself shorting out. I just cleared the line because that phone itself is shorting out. 440-7377. No, I didn't touch anything on my end here. I didn't touch anything. That was, yeah. Right? 44073. Someone is saying there that the U.S. Embassy is turning down visa and visa renewals to our hairdressers. I wonder why. Yeah? When they understand what is taking place with people within that industry, maybe. But I know hairdressers used to be people used to get through and thing. I understand. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, that man traveling more than the Harlem Globetrotters on a basketball court. Serious. Every time you turn is another piece of travel. We have a caller. Hello, good night.
Yeah, good night, the program.
Yes, sir, you're live.
Eh?
You're live, caller. Go right ahead.
Let's go get married, yeah?
No, sir. I wonder if they have the medication for that, but I don't think we shall.
Let's go get married, yeah?
Not at all, sir. Go ahead and make your contribution.
You're a live caller. Go right ahead.
Hello? Caller? That was the contribution? Nah, man, don't worry. We blessed, man. Yeah, we blessed, you know. That's why we could speak on these issues. We can give the different perspectives on it. Don't worry about us. We wouldn't get mad. Okay, Papa? Yeah, and careful. What you wish for others have a bad habit sometime of falling on. All right, I ain't gonna say it because my mouth have a kind of goat mouth there. I don't want to go and say nothing. Next thing somebody call me next week and say, who you thinking Mount Gay? I ain't want have a bad goat mouth. Some people that says prophecy, some other people that says goat mouth. Let me don't go down that road. Yes, 440, feel free to call back, caller. 440-7377. That is the number you can call and get on the inside. Yeah, feel free to call. All you want to call? Call. Yeah, because, I mean, I'm listening some things there from some people and I'm hearing some things taking place in the healthcare sector. And my. We have a caller. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good night, caller. Oh, lower the volume in the background a bit first and go right ahead.
Oh, let me.
Yeah.
Sheldon?
Yes, I am here.
That I call you there.
Mm-hmm.
He getting mad before anyone, you know. Because what he hate and what he like.
Don't
You're
worry.
supposed to sit down and listen to what you're saying, you know.
Don't worry with them. Don't worry with them, my dear.
Why you calling back for? If you me don't want to tell them to go on. Don't accept that thing. Trust me. Don't accept that.
Oh, you bad, sir?
No, don't accept that. Well, you and him or we and him are getting mad. What he like now, what he hate, and his pressure nailing on the head. That's what he getting mad for because he hate to hear it.
We can ask
That's
one
what he getting
question.
Mad for.
My dear.
He's an ungrateful.
No, don't go there. But let's just
him
ask.
I say you're ungrateful. Me are going there. I'm afraid to go there. I'm going there. If you want me to say what I have to say, tell him I said, don't call back again. Because you'll get it on the nail. Tell that have a blessed night.
All you realize, yeah. Let me see. We have another caller. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Caller, you're live. Go right ahead.
Hello.
Hi. You're live.
Sheldon.
Yes, my dear.
Good night.
Good night.
Tell culture man to go and build up himself.
Oh, God,
instead
no.
of talking about we will get mad.
Don't go down that road. That's what
We
they
have
want
to
us
go
to
down.
go.
It's time for culture man to keep it back.
Oh,
Quiet.
God, behave now. You hold your soul.
No, not always so. You need to go and take care of yourself. You laugh.
But why do I feel like culture, man? I don't know. All of these people have absolutely no behavior, these callers. Don't worry. Listen. Let me explain a concept here. It is virtually impossible for them to be able to counteract anything that we've said on the program so far for tonight. It is a fact that the Prime Minister is a CBI agent. It is a fact that Mr. Dennis Cornwall is a CBI agent. It is a fact that the envoy is a CBI agent. Those are facts. Yeah, we can prove it. Nobody can take us to court for that. We can prove that without a doubt. It is also a fact that both Mr. Cornwall and the Prime Minister were part of the selection process for the committee that oversees CBI. It is also a fact that the Prime Minister is the one that signs the citizenship documents. Nothing we have said tonight can be refuted. We have a caller online. Good night.
Yeah, Mr. Sheldon Scott.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I still respect you. But if this caller, no, it's I will call.
Hold on. Wait, no. But wait, hold on. No. You ain't calling my program and try to disrupt it. You ain't that politically savvy to get away with that one. So here what now? You had tonight, you had the wrong program. Go and find your program. Yeah. You ain't calling and disrupt my program. You ain't had them tactics, brother. Wrong man. We have a caller. Hello, good night. Hello. Caller, you're live. Go right ahead. Hello. Oh, they're listening to the program in the back. No, caller. You have to listen to the phone line. Yeah, you have to listen to the phone line. Nice? 440-7377. So you have to listen to the phone line. All right? Nice. You have to listen to the phone line. Nice? Good. No, I missed that call. All right. 44073. Let's see if we get the call online. Hello, good night.
You want that one?
Yeah. Listen, culture man. If you call back one more time, I will read your number on air, and I'm going to ask the Legion from the United States, all through the Caribbean and the region, to call you every 15 minutes for the next 72 hours. So please, find your program. Wrong one. Wrong station, brother. Nice? Good. 440-7377. You will not disrupt my program tonight. That ain't happening, brother. So call back one more time. I'll read your number on air. Nice? Good. Let's see. We have a caller on the WhatsApp. Let me just pull that one here. Hello, good night.
Hey, Mr. Scott, good night to you. Good night to Grenada.
How you doing, brother?
Well, I ain't doing okay, you know.
Yeah.
I'm very much disappointed because money finished.
Oui, papa.
Yes, because I remember one good thing that Mr. Deacon say is that he met a lot of money inside the treasury. He is say that. I met one of my friends today, stressed off, a pensioner. He came out for money, and he said his money is not there, and the people say they don't know when they pay. If you say you go pay every 2 weeks, look at the date today. What happened? What money done? That is why he get paid. The man really stressed out. I mean, I heard stories before, but this is the first time that somebody actually told me that, and tears was almost coming down his eyes.
Mm-hmm. Even today,
I really don't know what's going on.
My brother, even today, I met a worker in town, and they were giving me a similar story. They said they went to collect their salary, and they were told, I won't say the particular program they work in, but they were told that we dealing with all you later, we dealing with the others now, we dealing with the bigger ones now, and then we go deal with all you. That's what they were told. That's what they were told today. So they went going fully. It's the 15th. You're fully expecting if you're being paid by monthly or so. I think the 15th was one of the dates that they gave. So people went expecting their salary and nothing.
Well, and to me, I find that disappointing because the gentleman, well, tears was actually coming down his eyes because he left and home to come up for his money. And when he reached no money, and they tell him they don't know when you'll get money. So I really don't understand. I don't understand what's going on. And then the thing, what is pissed? What? I heard a story. I didn't want to say on the radio because I know if it's true. Although the man know the gentleman that owned the hotspot very well, so I will say that one side. I would ask you that separate. I don't want to ask you on air.
Well, you know to find me.
I know how to find you. You understand?
Yes, my brother.
But I just want to say, as a businessman, once I have to write a check, I'm going to go in my account, make sure that I have sufficient funds before I write a check. I ain't going to write check and check go bounce, and then people have to call me and tell me check bounce, you know. And let me leave that right there. Have a good night to here.
Check bounce, vehicle bounce, all kind of thing. Anyhow. Later, my brother.
All right. Have a good night.
All right. Yes, 440-7377. I saw all the lines going off. As soon as the caller done, all the lines gone dead too. I see overseas, local. I see our next WhatsApp coming. Yes, what is going on with the Royal Grenada Police Force? It's truthful. We know what we are saying is a fact. If you can't hold that level of discussion to be able to speak about that and so on, it's one thing. You ain't going and distract us and change the program to focus on you. What you feel you're dealing with? Wrong, man. We've got a call online. Good night.
Hi, Sheldon. Good night. How are you?
Yeah, I'm quite fine.
Yeah, you see what going on with this man or calling the culture man. Culture man very disrespectful.
Well, wrong.
Shaggy doesn't stick shit with him, man. Shaggy does black him. Shaggy doesn't stick shit with him.
Well, he knows what will
he
happen.
call on my man program the other morning on the same Real FM day and telling Carl Kitten why they go and put a rope in his neck. He very disrespectful.
Well,
Yeah,
let me say, okay, my brother. Let me say this though. One of the tactics that they try to use is that anytime they realize the issue that we're speaking about is far-reaching and there is no possible way that they can counteract anything we are saying, because what we are saying is factual, they will always try to make themselves the topic of discussion. So they would call and behave in a particular way, thinking that we don't know what they're trying. Yeah? But if they call again, not only tonight, ever again, the number going up. Yeah? And watch, all I've seen is the Catty local and Catty over there, all of them. Everybody ready to call the number already now. Again, all kind of message coming into my personal WhatsApp, the talking points WhatsApp, everything, everybody want the number. But no, one more time. And see, you're getting real. You have to change that number by the end of the week. Serious. In fact, by the end of tomorrow, you have to go and change it. Serious. Make the mistake again. All right, but don't let them become the topic of discussion. There are a lot of police officers in our country right now that are disillusioned tonight. A lot of them who, in all honesty, should have been receiving their upgrade in rank today. It didn't take place and they are very disillusioned right now. Imagine man get rank that already applied to retire and all. We have a call online. Good night.
Hi, good night, Sheldon.
Hi, good night. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm quite fine.
Where you been all this time?
But it's be all over the place, we.
Listen, I wish you were there like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago to really shed some light on the things that is going on presently. It's unfortunate that, they ask for changes and those are the changes that they're getting. It's unfortunate. But it's not long again.
Yes, my brother. All right.
It's not long again.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. And I hope that you all realize that the time is now to make sure that we are organized. I want to applaud some of you that have come forward. And one, you have attempted, you have tried, and you have become members of the party. They've signed up to the New National Party as members of the New National Party. And I ain't talking about one or two people, a lot have come and signed up as members of the New National Party. Secondly, those of you that have come forward and decided that you're helping, you want to help, so they're working along with different constituencies and so going around. We have a caller on the line. Good night.
Hey, Sheldon, what's up, brother?
Hey, I'm quite fine, my brother. How are you tonight?
I am doing great.
Hope you had a wonderful weekend, eh?
Just keep calling them out.
Yes, sir.
Here's the thing. All this distraction is to say that they haven't accomplished anything, so they cannot speak on any program that they have accomplished in the last 10 months. So what they're trying to do is to throw you off, but don't let them do that.
Yeah, and we know that's what they're attempting to do tonight. It is strategic. that they believe that they can make themselves the topic of discussion, and we would forget what the police are. You know how some police officers feeling in this country tonight? Some men on duty and they really don't want to be there. You know? They just want to go home and take a sleep to try and forget what happened today. That look, and I mean, some officers were called last minute or last night because some people talk. All last night, they was calling some to go down and get this stuff. Just absolute chaos. And then you have people who, everybody, the entire police force know these people did not write the exam and they got the rank today. While others who write the exam come in, some of them even in the top 10. Some of them even in the top 10. And they didn't get a rank just because of their perceived politics.
Right. No, that's not fair at all. But the point is that this government haven't accomplished anything. If they have accomplished something, they would have, the callers and them would have spoken on what they have accomplished so far, but they cannot say anything. So all they're doing is to throw you off. I mean, your prime minister went and several different tours and came back with nothing. He came back with empty-handed, you know? So they know that.
And not even a press conference would they hold. Not even a imagine, and look at, you want to know something that's glaringly obvious as well? The Prime Minister is the Minister of National Security. He wasn't even here for what took place. That shows how much he cares about the police. He wasn't even here today to see what went on with the police officers. That's how much he cares about police. Yeah? Either that or he hiding himself from it.
Yeah, he's ducking. That's what he's doing. He spent more time in mid-air than on the ground.
My goodness. I'm telling you, it's
but
terrible.
Because they haven't accomplished anything, all these callers are just trying to distract you. When they call, if they say, okay, well, we have done this and we have done this, we have built how many schools or we built how many houses, but they have nothing to talk about. Nothing. So they're trying to distract you, but just keep calling them out, brother.
All right. And thank you so very much for your support, brother.
All right, no problem.
All right, thank you. 440-7377. And here's what I'm seeing the fogging schedule. You see, sometimes you just have to ask and it'll send. So the fogging schedule. Today they would have been in Mount Horn. Tomorrow they're back in Mount Horn, Pole and the environs, and they're starting from 5 p.m. Wednesday they're in Lafayette. Thursday they're in Lafayette and environs, including Paradise. All right. So tomorrow Mount Horn. So those of you up in Mount Horn, look out for the fogging crew tomorrow. They will be there from 5. But that's Mount Horn, Pole and environs. Wednesday they're in Lafayette. Thursday back in Lafayette and environs, including Paradise. All right. So we're looking out for the fogging crew. Also a reminder. Tomorrow evening, right? It is taking place. Let me pull it up there for all you so you go see what I'm talking about. Yes, it is taking place at the Monjaloo RC School, right? So Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, along with Mr. Gregory Bowen, they will be there at the Monjaloo RC School starting at 6 p.m. All right, and you could come and listen to the political leader and constituency head as they discuss the current political, social, and economic issues. And of course, there'll be a question and comments section there. All right, and you see the brand of the New National Party, because some people just want to go and say ting, 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 ting. You see the brand of the New National Party, and we making sure you see the brand right. All you understand? Nice. All right, so that is taking place tomorrow at the Monjaloo RC School starting at 6 p.m. So those of you in Monjaloo and environs, St. George, Southeast on a whole, you all can head on out to that meeting with the political leader, the deputy political leader, and they will be discussing various issues that are happening in our country at this point in time. All right? And folks, remember the phone number 440-7377. That's the phone number 440-7377. That is the number for you to call and get on to the inside. All right, so Lafayette, Mount Horn, yeah, remember they're coming your way this week with the fogging, and so I ain't hear nothing for fogging in town, you know, only in fogging tongue. Yeah, tongue or fogging too, different parts of tongue. All right, and for those of you up in St. George Northeast, remember this Thursday from 6 p.m. at the Boca Secondary School, the political leader, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, will be there along with my good brethren. Yeah, Nimrod Olivier. So they'll be there and you can go on out there where they, again, will be speaking on various issues. And you, of course, will have the opportunity to ask questions. And so that will be taking place on Thursday. All right. So, yeah, Brother Bowen, tomorrow and on Thursday, you have the St. George Northeast constituency having that meeting. All right. Nice. Beautiful. Oh gosh, I missed a call. Sorry about that, my dear. Give me a call back. 440 Ibrahim Behave. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. And 347-329-3101 if you are outside of Grenada. Yeah, let me just play that one because I want Ole to understand what really taking place with the police officers. It's not an easy thing that they're going through, It is not an easy thing that these men and women of the Royal Grenada Police Force, who by all accounts, and if everything goes even, ought to have received their rank today. And I especially feel it for those who were given the rank, were acting in the rank, and then were demoted. I really feel it for those. We have a caller. Good night.
Hey, good night.
Hey, brother, how are you?
Ready?
All right, man. You're alive. Go right ahead.
Yeah, still saying we don't have no medication on the island because I thought was almost spending almost $200 for a monthly medication.
Oh, so you're still having problems getting medication?
Mm-hmm. The basic medication, the regular tablets and things, though they're on the island, you have to spend money to get it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All
right, my brother. And folks, this is a situation that I'm hearing about that is very, very worrying to me. When I keep hearing about the problems that exist when it comes to medication at our health facilities. Now, when it comes to the maternity ward, and understand what I'm speaking about, the maternity ward, where mothers go to give birth. So if I tell you that at our maternity ward at this point in time, the medication that they usually give to induce childbirth, so if a woman is having problems and they have to induce childbirth, that they don't have that medication, yeah, or very, very little if they do, not enough for, you'd say that, no, I'm talking nonsense, innit? If I tell you that some of the major pain medication, if there's a major casualty event here in Grenada, so you have to bring a set of people to the emergency room and so, that the pain medication that you use for situations like that we do not have significant numbers of those medication now on the island. If we have a mass casualty event, and it's not like something that tell you're going and have that. Those things just happen. So that you don't have, for when people are going through some serious pain, and you need to, that when people are going to do surgery, the medication to put them under the anesthetics and so on, and other medication for when people are going to do surgery and so for different components of doing a surgery. Even basic surgeries, that people are being sent home and told that they don't have the medication to do that. No, we ain't done there. If I tell you that there are situations right now, and they must test me and feel I can't tell them which it is. Yeah. Them nurses and them been corresponding with me, Yes, the nurses have been telling me what's going on. So when a nurse could tell me that when it comes to cancer patients, that they're running real low, and I'm talking about low like if you're limbo dancing under oil field. They're running real low on cancer medication. We have a major problem here. So while people gallivanting up in Northwest, yes, you Laco, gallivanting in Northwest, right? Or making a little pass and peep at GDB Bank. What all they should be focusing on is ensuring that these shortages are addressed. Because these are serious, listen. A lot of the things that are lacking at our health facility right now can end up costing people their life. Let me repeat that. A lot of the things that are lacking there can end up costing people their life. How in the world can you, in 2023, not have the basic medication that should be available on the maternity ward? The maternity ward, where you have the babies, where you have the pregnant mothers, two of the most vulnerable human beings on the planet, and you don't have basic medication for them at the maternity ward? Cancer patients can't afford not to be taking their treatment, you know. They can't afford not to be taking their treatment, because then you may have a return of the type of cancer that they're trying to fight. And then they won't go and say that, oh, I lie, innit? Try and say I lie. Just say fixing the problem. Because all they like to run and say that people lie. And while all they're saying people lie, all they're not trying to fix the problem. What you all ought to do should be focusing on trying to fix the problem. We have a problem when it comes to medicine right now. You're hearing the people who are suffering with high blood pressure and so telling you, while in the hospital, you might be getting the high blood pressure medication while they're there, but when they leave, they have to go and buy it in the pharmacy. They ain't giving them something to say, well, okay, for the next 2 weeks, we give you a supply for the next 2 weeks or whatever, and so on. That's the kind of things that are taking place in our health. I'm hearing some horror stories right now. I ain't even want to get into it. Seriously. I ain't even want to get into some of it. Hello, good night.
Hi, good night.
Good night.
The $70-something thousand you take, they should have buy medication with it.
All right, my dear. Thank you so very much for your call. Anything else you want to add tonight?
Because they talking a set of nonsense. The money, what they in the treasury is not keep me alone. That Grenada money.
So would you like to add anything else, my dear?
You must stop that nonsense and educate the people.
All you want your number? Would you all like her number? You all want the number? 440-7377. So I'm saying, you see, the exact thing. For them to focus on how to fix the problem, they've decided to attack the messenger. So if I tell them that basic medication to deal with people who are in serious pain, to deal with people who have different infections, etc., are not available right now. Not available. Let's take this call. Hello, good night. Oops, wrong one. Hello, good night.
Sheldon, good night. Good
Hi.
night, and good night to the talking point family. Calling from the diaspora.
Yes, sir.
I want to congratulate you on such an excellent program. Very eloquent, very educating. You are giving us information that we do not even know, and a lot of us are lacking those information. I am so happy that the message is being sent home. It's hitting the right spot, the right nail on the right head. So let them continue to listen. This is not Susu Station. This is a real talk. The real talk. So who don't like it, turn off your radio. But you know what? They have to sit down and listen to it. Tonight, that will be their prayers before they go to bed. They will have a good night rest tonight. Let them continue to listen. They have to listen. Let them listen. They're crying with their mouth closed. Have a good night.
All right, my friend. Good night. All right, and we have a call. What is happening? I tried to answer that call. Let me see again here. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on the inside. Yes, so I'm telling you that right now we have a serious problem when it comes to medication. And what they ought to be focusing on is how to deal with that problem. It's not me. Take $250,000 to go and watch the king get crowned. No, not I that did that. Yeah? Whoops. Let me make sure and get this call first. Come on. Nice. Yes. Hello. Good night.
Sheldon,
Yes, my dear.
Shalan, it's me again. What? Tell these people, all them, Shalan, are calling me, Shalan, they're listening, they're tuning in because they hear about talking fine. We're getting ratings. We're establishing ourselves. And they cannot face the issue. They cannot stand the issue because they know it's the truth. And just now, they'll come in, just now after they commit suicide just now.
No, Gus, no, we
Because
hope
they
not.
can't, because they don't have a choice.
We hope not,
Guys,
my
all
dear.
them are balling with them more clothes. Them are calling you, them are balling with them more clothes. Shame, they shame. I want to tell the new Minister of Finance to stop taking the money and gamble and help the hospital.
Oh, no. Listen, we have to be at a certain standard. We can't just say any and anything. Now, let us just be clear on one thing, my good friend. Let us be clear on one thing. If we make certain statements and we open ourselves to a lawsuit, it is I who had to first find $6,000 to get a lawyer to go and defend the lawsuit. And then the stations also have to find their money to go and defend the lawsuit, and so on. So we have to be extremely careful with what we are saying, okay? Hello?
Yes, I hear you, Sherlock, but I must be there.
No,
I must be there.
I'm just saying, let us be careful.
I'm looking for money too. I must be there.
But you see, we cannot make the statement is we own that using. It has to be his.
No, I don't say it's we only using it. I just start telling him start taking his money and use the money for better use. Help the doctors of medication. I say the government money.
All right.
I don't know who money for. We can help the get some medication with the money instead of gambling it.
All right, my dear. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Later.
Yeah, because remember, we have to be careful because a lot of them would like to make me put on the court clothes, eh? A lot of them want to make me put on the court clothes, but they have a long time to wait. Right? 44073. I just saw one of the lines ringing. Yes. Hello, good night.
Shalan.
Hi, good night.
Shalan, give us the number. Give us the number, let we fix her.
Oh gosh, she hot hot in her. She
Run
know
it,
she
run
realized
the number, run it.
She realized what's going on. I feel sorry for her.
All right, okay.
I made a note of it, but I feel sorry for her. Yeah, I feel sorry for her. I think she done suffering already, and they do high blood pressure medication and things, so she need to let out the pressure some way. So let her press it out. You understand? Nice. 4407377. Yeah, I know. Yes. Nice. Hello. Good night.
Hello. Good night.
Hi. Good night, caller.
Yeah. The lady who are now called, she telling the truth. Don't buy goods down there, be gambling. She telling the
why all you so
proof.
But why all you so
we have proof down there with us see with 2 eyes.
All right, okay. All right, caller. But I'm saying, folks, I understand. But I'm saying this, there are a lot of people out there that are hurting. There are a lot of people in the NDC out there that are hurting, you know. Yeah, a lot of them are hurting. Because you know what they get before election? Lie, and pie in the sky. So right now, all they want to do is cry. That is what's going on with them. You have to feel sorry for them at a certain level. I mean, some people is saying, no, I know my friend will call me, I'm feeling sorry for them. But sometimes, I mean, the human in me does want to come out and say, the humanity does want to come out and say, oh gosh, you know, I feel sorry for some of them. Because understand what's going on with them. Yeah? But you see, it's one thing to get on like that. It's the next thing when you or your loved one ends up in a medical facility and all this stuff that I'm speaking about for the cancer patients, for the people in the maternity, for people going in accident and emergency and so on. When your loved one ends up there screaming in pain and they don't have the proper medication to give them, that is what is taking place. Yeah? Understand? Think of it from that perspective. Yeah, we've got a call online. Hello, good night.
Hi, Brother Sheldon. Good evening to you, sir.
How you doing, sir?
I'm all right. Doing pretty good. Sad, but doing good, okay?
Yes,
you know,
yes.
right? You know, Sheldon, good night, Grenada. Good night, good night. It is really disturbing, eh? You know, it is really to see and to know where we are currently. You know, not too long ago, we've been faring so well. You've been wondered about it, eh? I remember our former prime minister, political leader, and other ministers of government in the past warned the people of Grenada to be careful of the choices that they make. You see, based on the choice that someone has made, would determine his or her joy, failure, success, and etc. And I could never listen. We struggling. We really have it. We really have a fight in this time. You know, when we consider, and it's okay. The people that are speaking, you know, I want us to be very conspicuous, very, very respectful. I want us to be very compassionate, you know, about what we are seeing or what we are hearing about our ministers. Now, guess what? Guess what, Sheldon? It was our prime minister who said that the ministers are open for scrutiny, right? Didn't he say that?
Yes, he did.
Open for scrutiny. So the people are scrutinizing them, and based on their conduct, based on how they carry around themselves. You know, I as a pastor, you know, or a leader in my community, there are some things the people just not expect to see me doing, even though it might be right for some other person, you know. So they're opening up themselves for criticism. So, you know, let the people criticize them. You know, let them say exactly who they are dealing with. Let them see them. Let us see them. Okay, now, let's take into consideration, Brother Sheldon, what's going on in our Grenada police service at this time. It is disheartening. It's very, very disturbing. You know, I'm hats off to some of my good former colleagues who have been promoted. I mean, I'm really happy to see people like Lyndon London and, you know, Miss Sylvester and many other the folks in the band, hardworking folks, you know, being promoted. Wonderful. You know, but what about others who, as I heard, that people are about to retire but being promoted? You know, where is the standing order that conducts or that guide the police service? Where is the standing order? You know, where is the law pertaining to promotion and etc.? People that are under investigation should not be promoted unless otherwise been founded. You know, think about in the past, during the campaign time or in the opposing time of the NDC, they cry shame on the government of Grenada under the previous government, because people are going out there on the trucks and do what you call walkathon and etc. to raise money for dialysis. Hats off to Brother Ali Dunn. Where is this brother? I'm not hearing him.
Ali there, man. I see Ali there. Ali around.
Yeah, you're wrong. This gentle brother, he's been out doing all of this, but guess what? They criticize him. They criticize the people going out to look for funding for where, and the same thing is happening today, and even more are happening today. It's worse. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, these are some things that people have to take note of. You know, we need to find out and understand some things about the SGU. What's going on down there, right? We need to find out what's going on, how promising it looks for us later on down this year or maybe next year. You know, in terms of students coming to Grenada and etc. You know, we have big competition. You know, then we need to take a look at the market square, the marketplace, the vendors. You know, the vendors are still on the street. I thought this government would have had them gone into the new facility, well organized, get the tables, but they're doing it based on political prestiges. Yeah? You have to, Mr. Guts and Belly, these people, they are not doing good. Grenadians are suffering in the hands of these people. You know? People have to cancel scheduled surgeries because of lack of medication and etc. Well, you allude to that earlier on. You know, during the campaign we had the Hensley and partners. You know, in a tape on that our Prime Minister, sitting Prime Minister, been friends with those people in the past. This Andrea St. Bernard, I mean, it was clear, it's nothing that is hidden. And they came out. Where are they today? Where are they today? Sitting with the same people. My goodness, God is really taking note of this place, taking note of what's going on. You know, brother, I don't want to time, but you know, just continue speaking the truth. As we always say, that truth needs no clothing, no coating. Truth don't need any defense. Truth is truth, and truth will stand. The truth will make you free. You know? So continue telling them, those that are trying to bash you and what they're trying to do, don't avoid the critics. You know, avoid the critics. Don't worry about them. Just continue doing what you're doing. Have a good night.
All right. Thank you so very much. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. And we have another call on the line. Hello, good night. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good night, Sheldon.
Hi, good night.
Sheldon, I want to congratulate your program and congratulate you for such a wonderful program. A program that educates the people. In fact, such an important program that educates the people and bring a light to people. Sheldon, for instance, this thing with the police. You know, you may see a police, him or her, behaving in a certain way, and you might not even understand. But Sheldon, you clear the other people there. Maybe tomorrow or some days to come, they might find a police reacting in a certain way, not understanding that police himself is a victim, being victimized by the system. And I think your program is one of the best in informing people at night time, and it is very good. People may say, Sheldon, what they want, they may say how they feel, but I think, despite what they say, what they want, and what they feel, in their heart, and about their behavior telling us that they are surprised to know all these wrong things has been done in this present administration, which just in office for 10 months. And the way they're doing it to them, they're slapping them in their face with it, whap, whap, and they can't say nothing. So they want to come now and attack the messenger. But we say, your program, Sheldon, is a program that is educating people, that is making people understand their democracy. People understand that no man is perfect. And it brings out what people think, what these people were saying that they will never do. And to see how simple they're doing it without no conscience. Sheldon, continue your program and continue educating the people. And congratulations for Talking Point.
All right, my brother. Thank you. All right, 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. You see, sometimes I just have to let the callers deal with them. We've got a call on the line. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night, Sheldon.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Not bad. You find you didn't hear me a little bit?
Well, I know it's busy if I don't hear you. You're
Yeah,
not an
but
idle person.
Busy, but so now when I come home, I'll listen to the program and I fall asleep listening to the program.
Hey, you're trying to tell me my program putting you to sleep?
Yes, most recently, yes.
You're tired too much?
Sheldon, I want to say good night to Grenada, and I want to address a little issue that I have been analyzing in this country for a long time. I've been looking at it. Sheldon, this is according to Abraham Lincoln. And I will always quote him and the late, great, good friend of mine who was once the prime minister of this country, always quote him. And he said, democracy has to be, a definition of democracy has to be for the people, of the people, and by the people. Now, I am using that term, that phrase. The people is the one that cast the vote. They make you, they employ you, and they work with you. So it's by the people, of the people, and for the people. Now, I have not seen that in recent times. The part I have seen is democracy is the right to uplift myself and elevate to the highest standard. 2.3 million and 1.7 million and whatsoever. And when people speak, there is a confrontation of people in this your country that is displeased. So they are arrogant. They listen and they want to tell you off. They will try to get rid of you instantly to show you, to tell you that you dunce, you stupid, you don't have sense, and give them men a chance to do what they have to do. But they are bawling, they are groaning, they are feeling the pain like every one of us. And they are feeling more pain because there is a certain gentleman who thought he was going to get a security work up to today to be in charge of a security company. Up to today, he has not get nothing, and he start to get on. Now, these kind of people causing the country havoc. So young people, ageable people, middle-aged people cannot see the way to settle little problems or solve little problems that they face. They have to resort to violence. They have to resort to killing. They have to resort to chopping and cutlass and shooting and all kind of things because of the level of frustration that is meted out by these ones in our country. These are some of the issues that has been plaguing Grenada for the last couple of months. Now, I have some figures that I want to quote. In 2022, there was 7 or 6 homicides. In 5 months in this year, there are 7 already. Just to correct the figure of the deputy commissioner of police or one of the hierarchy of the police made mention about 8. But the person in charge of the CID corrected that and said 7. So he surpassed, in 5 months, he surpassed the amount that we had in 2022, even the same period or for the year already. That tells us the kind of arrogance that we're dealing with, the kind of level of Grenadians don't even thinking about the violence, they obsess, I don't want to use the word mad, but they're crazy. Because they don't know how to solve small issue. They don't sit down and reason because they cannot see the reasoning. Because when you have people in high places bashing and talking down and calling people ill names and so forth under the previous government is all NDC lambasting and lock him up and lock up this and throw the key, and it's time that they should do this. And a good friend from St. Andrews always saying they must investigate this one and they must investigate that one. Somebody has to be locked up. And a minister come and say somebody was going to get jail when he came in. So you see, that is where the arrogance stems from. So we people down here does not have the mechanism to solve small problems. That is my contribution this evening. Thank you very much, Sheldon.
All right, my brother. Yes, folks, 440-7377. That is the number to call and get on the inside. You understand? Will somebody tell me, my friend telling me they know May 12th, 400 shares traded for 10.50 per share. What going on? That is Grenlec shares. But the thing is, I'm not sure if the shares that trade in there are from the government or from private people that have shares or one of the entities. That's what I have to find out. Hearing the shares selling is one thing, because I could tell you something. Remember, the sitting prime minister said the full intention was within 6 to 12 months, next month making 12 months, that they will sell Grenlec. All right, so let's see what's happening. Hello. Have a call online. Good night, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening to you, the Honorable.
How are you, sir?
I'm quite fine.
Well, good evening to you, and good evening to Grenada, Carriacou, Petit Martinique, and of course, everyone who is listening from outside, diaspora, wherever you are. Pleasant good evening.
And let me just make sure folks know, we have on the line with us the Honorable Clarice Modest. So I have the lady on the line with me, eh?
Well, I'm working with you now. Now, somebody called and mentioned about the shortage of medication.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I heard with great concern, you know, one of the interventions made by a certain lady. And I just want to say that we have a saying which is a very, very wise saying, even though it is used very often, that has not taken away from its importance. And it is said that when your neighbor's house is on fire, you have to wet yours. Now, if you're well and you don't need medication, or if you have an ailment, a sickness, and you have the medication and you can afford to buy it privately and so on, then God bless you. But that doesn't take away at all from the concern, because there are certain things that you will not be able to get. I have been told of certain medication that are missing at the general hospital and are in very short supply. And even from the medical stores, I understand, which supplies the whole of the nation. The quantities are very small. And it means then that, you know, in short time we will be out of some very important medications, painkillers, for example. When you have pain, you need something. So things like Panadol and Panadol suppository, that the suppository is the one that you, if you cannot take by mouth for any reason, then that one is put up to the anus and the rectum, if you cannot swallow. But also, it tends to work faster as well and relieve pain. And other pain medications, like when surgery is going on, and other things that are used to assist in surgery are not available. So even if somebody can purchase their medication for the pressure or the sugar or whatever, if you have to have surgery and you cannot go to a private institution, then you have to go to the general hospital, and you need those medications to put you to sleep or to relieve you from pain and so on, because it's a cut you're getting, and a cut is painful. And so a number of medications I see there are lacking, and there's something called oxytocin. That is something that, and a lot of women will know that, those who have born children, this is something that aids the uterus in contraction. So it helps to speed up deliveries and so on. And it is used fairly often to assist that, and that may prevent someone from having to have a cesarean section or so. And if you don't have oxytocin, and then the fetus inside is suffering, and you can't do surgery, you can't do a C-section, then we're in a bad way. I'm told about antibiotics. I'm told about what we call drips, the normal saline, the dextrose saline for people. There are times when nothing can be taken by mouth or whatever, or if people are going for surgery or whatever. There are many situations where you need drips, and that is the only thing they could use to keep you alive and keep you going. So these are serious things that we're talking about, and these are things that we must not take political sides on, because every one of us is at risk. It doesn't choose a yellow or it doesn't choose a green. It chooses all of us. And even if we don't care for ourselves, we should care about our family, our children, our mothers, our brothers. Anybody could fall in a situation where a certain drug is required and it's not available. Certain things like things to sedate. I think I mentioned antibiotics already. And all of these things, antibiotics, they are either in very, very short supply, or imagine people going to have surgery, they're telling the family, you'll have to go and purchase that XYZ in the private pharmacies because we do not have that. I am always one who would advocate that if persons can afford to pay, they must pay. If they can afford to buy, they must buy, so that those who cannot afford will be given, the same or similar access to them, allowing the government to purchase all of these things. So yes, the government allowed the medical station in Victoria to continue to its end, and it's a lovely building. It was a nice opening. I was happy to be there with the minister and so, and persons who are involved in the conception of a project and getting it to start up, sometimes we don't get the opportunity to be there officially at the function. So I was blessed to have two functions: the people's opening, which we did a few nights before, and then the official one. But if you open it, as beautiful as it is, as much of the rooms and the space that you have, and you do not have medication, and you do not have supplies, it's a travesty. What is the point in all that? You have the Gulf Medical, the Gulf Center mini hospital, so beautiful there. And I hear plans to repair and refurbish or rebuild other medical stations, but what about the service? What about the medication? So we are in a bad way. I know, for a time I've been hearing about dressings for wounds and so on. I say, okay, maybe that's not an emergency and there's a shortage, because every now and then there'll be shortage. But this shortage has brought us in a dire situation, and I want to beg Grenadians, don't take color side on this, because tomorrow it could be you, and you will not be selected by who you support. You will be selected by your need and what supplies, what medications need to be used. So things like amlodipine is a common medication for pressure. I think, while a lot of us do not know a lot of the names of the medication, but that one is common enough, and it's not there. So I don't want to, go in too much, but I want to say from what I am heard, it is very disturbing, it is very appalling that a government could sit very quietly, they're sitting here, but they're sitting on the plane. Sit on a plane every so often, every day. Go to certain things where the nation is in doubt as to whether it is a personal interest or whether it is a national interest. And of course, we don't get reports. We don't hear. I wait for the next sitting of Parliament so we can hear what has been achieved with all of these travels. So, Grenadians, let's wise up. Don't support things if they are wrong. If it is wrong, regardless to who does it, it is wrong. And I heard so much when we had shortages under New National Party, and for short periods, and not the level of medications that we're talking about and supplies. And I heard a lot more noise. So why have we become all, just silent and accepting of things that are unacceptable.
And Doc, let me ask a question. What happens if, one, even though a person has the money to go in the private pharmacy and buy it, it's this time of the night? Which private pharmacy open?
Well,
You
all
can't
of
go.
that too, you know.
You can't go.
We
So
can
even
look
with
at
the
a lot
money,
of different scenarios.
it can't help you.
But,
And then,
but the reality is, at that time of the night, they probably won't get it. I
there's
recall
no
a few
pharmacy.
Sundays ago, I was looking for some medication for someone who had an accident. Up to now, we haven't seen any serious injury or so, but I had to get some painkillers. And when I checked in Grand Anse. Michel's pharmacy was closed. Gittins pharmacy was closed. I went to a couple places, and they were all closed. And I thank God it wasn't. It was something that you could get on over the counter in one of the shops, and that's where I got it. But you know, let us look at a scenario where it was something that was more life and death. I know most of the private pharmacies, the operators and the owners, they are sensitive enough that if they're called on a situation, they would come out. That has been my experience. But then the process to call them, to get the pharmacy that has it in the first case, and to get the person to come out from wherever they live to go to that, if it is an emergency, then that is not, you know, that is not the kind of situation to be in. So let us just look at the situation for what it is and make demands on the present government that they purchase those medications and they make more efforts. And I want to take this opportunity, since the diaspora is on, to really highly commend a niece of mine called Jean Darbo. During the COVID, she was there for us. She managed to send containers of supplies to this country. And the other day, she sent me photos again. She's getting supplies for the country. Whether what we've shot off are there, that is what I'm trying to find out now. But it will take a time to come. It will not come as something like a quick pack. It is a whole container, and so there are certain processes that it will have to go through. But we have to, the government has to come up with something that is sustainable and responds to the needs of the people. And yes, there will be shortages. There have been before. So I don't want anybody to call and say they used to be in NNP time. But we rose to the occasion and we remedied it. I've been hearing about these shortages for too long, and I've been seeing too much wastage of monies that could be better utilized.
And I'm worried because a mass casualty event doesn't tell you it's coming. Something happened, you have a few people, a group of people that have to be taken to the emergency room and we just have to hope and pray something like that does not happen anytime soon, because it does not seem as though medicine-wise the capacity is there to deal with something like that.
Sometimes it's just something to sedate people.
Yeah.
People are anxious for whatever reason, or even some of them are used for the same surgeries that I mentioned earlier. And some of the names I hear, I'm still checking them to see, but what I've seen is alarming enough. What I've heard is alarming enough. So I want to call on the government. Do something better. Let the monies that the country generates through whatever means, the customs and wherever, and I'm hoping to hear some money is coming from CBI for Grenada so that we can purchase the medications. But we really need to remedy that situation as soon as possible. And let us not be complacent and be politically offensive. We have to be realistic. This is a situation that warrants attention. So I just wanted to mention that. And can I get half a minute?
Go right ahead, Doc.
I saw somebody put up on something on Facebook or something. Apparently the bridges that we're going to be doing that are going to be done at the airport is being brought into the country and transported, maybe from the port to the airport. And I recall when we were looking at the expansion and improvement of the airport. Oh, there was a hue and cry. I remember one gentleman calling me every minute, don't put that debt on the country and all of these things. But all about, you go in Antigua, they have bridges. St. Vincent has, you know. And if you're going to be competitive, I mean, many of us get the opportunity to travel every now and then. And sometimes coming down those steps, even with one piece of bag in your hand, it can be difficult. And someone who is physically disabled, like has to be in a wheelchair or so, and has to come down steps, it is very difficult. So people like that may either not come, or, well, they may not come, or they may go to some other country, which is still not coming here.
Yeah.
So I am pleased to see that the work is going on. I saw the bypass road that allows persons to get to the other side without having to come through the airport road itself, because sometimes the road that takes you right into, and it's just a short piece, but it makes a lot of difference to the ease of traffic for vehicles going into the airport or picking up and taking persons out. Of course, the resurfacing of the airport, the runway, that too has to be done. Money. And in order to make money, you just, in those areas, you just have to spend. So I am mentioning this because this work has started under NNP, and I want to commend NNP.
Let me find out who was the minister in charge of civil aviation when that was taking place. I'm trying to remember.
That one is for you to find out.
I'm trying to remember. I think it was
Try
a lady
to
in St.
remember
Mark's.
who was the minister responsible for civil aviation at the time. Try to remember. And you know, tourism is a competitive thing, and you have to be on the cutting edge. Otherwise, you just get left out. And in spite of the fact that sometimes people say tourism is not so important, the thing about tourism is it is a serious economic pillar of this country and of many countries. All 4 countries, tourism is huge for them. So, you know, let's not take it lightly, and let's not put on the political cap and the political jerseys now. This is time. This is a serious economic time in the world, and it is impacting on Grenada, and therefore we have to do our best so that people can weather the storm that is outside. And let us not create storms in this country, but let us find solutions that will take through this difficult period. There are some situations that are external and impacting on us. There are many situations here, too many, that are being created by the present government. Good night, and I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Doc, and we hope to hear from you soon again. All right. Folks, we were speaking there with Dr. Not Dr. Mitchell. Yeah, you'll hear Dr. Mitchell soon. Very soon you're going to hear Dr. Mitchell. I wonder if we have time to plug in one more quick call. Let's see if we have a time to plug in one more. Hello, good night. Hello, good night.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yes, go right ahead. You have to make that one quick. We have 2 minutes.
I want to ask a few questions.
But
I know time is running out.
We only have
question
1
is,
minute.
Who is the boss of the present administration? I wanted to find out some information about that as to how we can fire the present administration. Because if you're not gelling well with the people of Grenada, you're not gelling with Grenadians, I think we have a right to take some action, because you're there and you could take the same action against people who are not gelling. So I believe we are in a position as well to gel. So find out whatever information you can get to see as to how we can fire the present administration. Because they are not working in our favor. They are not working for us. They're working for themselves.
All right. Thank you very much, caller.
All right.
Folks, we're going to have to end the calls. Oh, yeah, the phone line going on still. We're going to have to end the calls there. Cammy, wait now. Cammy, how come I don't hear you tonight, girl? Nah, man. Cammy, be going up tired. Cammy, we go and take an early sleep tonight, boy. Cammy had to be tired and take an early sleep tonight. I wonder if I could fit in one more. Let me see if I could fit in one more call. Let me me see here. Let me take one more day. Let me see if I get it. Oh boy, nah, time up. Can't take it. Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you in everything you say and do. Do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you and not about you. Love each and every one of you. And if I could find a nice one to go out with, the simply that one for the man that has been gambling. They play that one for the man who does gamble. All right. Why you just do this thing? Let us go and make me play all kind of thing there. Folks, remember tomorrow evening, don't forget, tomorrow evening from 6 p.m. at the Monjalu RC School. Yeah, there will be that meeting there, the constituency meeting of the new national party there. The political leader, deputy political leader, they'll be speaking on various issues, and so you have the opportunity to ask questions. And so that'll be taking place from 6 p.m. tomorrow at the Monjalu RC School. All right. And then remember on Thursday, we have that one taking place at Boca. That's Brother Nimrod Olivier. And of course, Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell will be the feature speaker there at that meeting on Thursday as well. All right, folks. So as I said, that's all the time we have for tonight. We're going to have to, we're back on tomorrow from 8 p.m. You'll have the opportunity. I'm going to open the phone lines from 8 tomorrow night. I'm going to allow people to call for the whole night. All right. From 8 p.m. tomorrow night. You see the phone still ringing? But that's all the time we have for tonight, folks. I am out.
I'm giving them Japan this special warning. Give me plenty room when I pass it. Me boy, me head so bad in the hand. Man, this year go be grand. Only dance all are willing. Anywhere in this country. All in the dance all are whining. Anywhere in this country. Drunk and balling, oh boy. Drunk and balling, oh boy. Drunk and balling, oh boy. Drunk and balling, oh boy, boy, boy. Watch me. In dance on.